Ladies and gentlemen, citizens of the internet, thank you so much for joining me today. Today in this lesson, I'll be talking about groups of 5 and how we can incorporate them to spice up our rhythm a little bit. So I'll be talking about them in the context of 16th notes, where the subdivision is still 4 notes per beat, but then with accents every 5 notes. And then I'm going to be talking about quintuplets, which is 5 notes squeezed into 1 beat. It's a bit of an odd number of notes, but it's definitely a tool worth checking out to spice up your playing. So rhythm, I find, is always completely undervalued in the musical context. I studied music for 4 years, and for those 4 years, I hardly think we ever played in odd meter time signatures, let alone check out odd note groupings. Everything was always 2 or 4, maybe if we were lucky, something with a 6 feel. But generally, people tend to focus much more on scales and harmony, and I think rhythm is completely integral, because if you play the wrong note at the right time in a band, it's much less noticeable than if you play the right note at the wrong time. So before we get into this exercise, let's first familiarize ourselves with the sound and the groove of 5 16th notes and what that phrase sounds like and feels like. So we're going to accent every 5th 16th note. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And your tempo will still be staying straight. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so there's an Indian system of Konakol, which is a way of measuring notes and rhythms, which I find super useful. I went all the way to Sweden, to the wilderness, to go learn from the guru, Matthias Eklund himself. And I find it a very, very, very effective way of counting notes and simplifying rhythm for oneself. So in this case, I'm not going to go too deep into detail. What we use for 5, or group of 5, is ta, ti, ki, na, tum. Ta, ti, ki, na, tum. So if this is your time, ta, ti, ki, na, tum, 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 ta. Okay, so every 5 beats, it'll line up. In example 1, I'll be playing pentatonic scale in groups of 5. For example number 2, we'll be omitting the 5th note in each sequence of 5 notes. And for example number 3, we'll be squeezing 5 notes into 1 beat. And that's it for today's lesson, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys learned something. So remember that whenever I teach these concepts, I really want you to try and make it your own and incorporate it into your own playing and your own musical identity. So as an example, let's quickly check out the rhythm from example number 2 and a horizontal movement just between 2 strings as a possible variation you can check out. Thanks so much, guys. Let me know if you have any questions or suggestions. Drop it in the comments below and I'll get back to you guys. Thank you so much.